This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Now at 11, a night of winter weather across central Indiana. We've been seeing light snow and some freezing drizzle with more on the way.
We are also keeping an eye on what this wet mix is doing to the roads. We're going to get right to Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory for a look at what's ahead.
And I think the road's in better shape than some of the cars. This is a back window on one of the cars in the RTV6 parking lot. There'll be some scraping going on. What's going to happen over the next couple of hours? Additional light freezing rain mixing with and then changing to rain overnight. We've got the advisory in effect until 7 a.m. We've had one push with some snow showers or snow flakes mixed in with some light freezing rain. The next push coming in. But what this will do is gradually get the temperature above freezing. For example, Terre Haute 33, 34 in Bloomington. Indy sits just below freezing. I would be especially careful on bridges and overpasses. That's where the slick spots will be in the short term. This continues till about 4 in the morning. Then you see the rain taking over. We've got to talk about the big temperature swing for your Saturday coming up.
And developing right now on the north side, police believe slick roads played a role in a crash that killed one person on the north side. IMPD says it happened around 9:30 on 86th Street near Rebuff High School. A witness told officers they saw an SUV lose control after going over a small bridge. The SUV crashed into a lake. Fire crews worked to get the man and woman inside the SUV out of the water. They were taken to the hospital where the man died. The woman is in critical condition.
Indiana's lawmakers have been busy at the State House putting forth the bills they want to become Indiana's newest laws.
A bill filed in the House of Representatives by Kurt Nisley would ban abortion in Indiana, and the proposal has groups on both sides of the issue speaking up. Abortion is legal at the federal level, but House Bill 1089 would make it illegal here. It also includes a change in the definition of a human being so that under state law, life begins at conception rather than birth. And similar bills by the same representative have failed in recent years.
Tonight, RTV6's Cornelius Hawker spoke with the supervisor of a OBGYN clinic who explains why her medical background makes her weary of proposals restricting abortion.
That's my oldest now, but that's my youngest.
Melissa Booker wants her daughters to grow up knowing they should always be able to make healthcare decisions that are right for them. But when Melissa hears about proposed laws like House Bill 1089, it makes her worry.
Why should anybody have any right to make a decision over my body, the other woman's body, my girl's body?
Melissa isn't only a mom. She's worked in women's health for nearly 20 years.
They are making decisions that they feel are good for them and this unborn child. They know the circumstances of their lives right now, and they know they cannot accommodate a child.
Research from organizations like the Guttmacher Institute show when access to abortion is restricted, there is an increase in unsafe abortions. But still, 2019 saw 17 states enact some type of abortion restrictions versus the 9 that protected or expanded access to abortions. Melissa thinks politicians need to spend time with those in the medical field before making sweeping changes to health care for half of the population.
They are so far out of touch to make these rules and these decisions based off of something that they don't even know anything about.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
And organizations on both sides of the abortion debate have come out for and against the proposal. The bill has been sent to the House Committee on Public Policy.
Another bill filed in the Indiana House of Representatives would get rid of the so-called pink tax. That's a term for the sales tax as it applies to feminine hygiene products like pads and tampons. Access to those products is an issue we have shared with you several times over the last few months. Local groups are working to make sure girls and young women have the feminine hygiene products they need while in school so they can stay healthy and focus on studying. A bill filed by Representative Carrie Hamilton would make feminine hygiene products slightly cheaper for all Hoosier women by exempting the state sales tax. And Representative Hamilton also introduced a bill that would make diapers tax exempt. Both bills have been sent to a House committee. We will let you know what lawmakers decide.
Indiana's Department of Child Services is looking to fill more than a dozen positions that will hopefully lead to more adoptions. Governor Holcomb announced during his State of the State address this week a new adoption unit within DCS. The department's director says the unit will make the process easier for kids and their new families. Under the current setup, the same family case managers that work with children while they're in the DCS system are also helping them find their forever homes.
So this unit will help to relieve a lot of that so that the family case managers in the field at the front line can really focus on safety and permanency for the children that we have open cases for.
DCS has 14 open positions for its adoption unit. Those new hires will help with marketing, recruiting families, and raising awareness about adoption.
And developing tonight, 2 people are hurt and police are investigating a shooting on the east side. IMPD says a man and a woman, both 13 years old, were shot near East 21st Street and Glenridge Drive. At last check, the man is stable and the woman is in serious condition.
A battle over the Second Amendment is unfolding in Virginia. The state's capital is under a state of emergency ahead of an upcoming gun rights rally. The governor says hate groups have malicious plans for the rally, but gun rights advocates say a weapons ban put in place for the event is infringing on their rights. ABC's Trevor Alt explains.
With tens of thousands expected for an upcoming Virginia gun rights rally, the city of Richmond bracing for potential violence. Governor Ralph Northam declaring a state of emergency in the capital city, saying law enforcement agencies had credible intelligence armed militia groups have malicious plans.
They're not coming to peacefully protest. They're coming to intimidate and to cause harm.
3 men have already been arrested. Federal prosecutors saying they were part of a racially motivated violent extremist group called The Base, the English translation of Al-Qaeda. The group is accused of using encrypted chat rooms to talk about recruiting people to create a white ethno-state. Officials believe the 3 suspects were planning on attending Monday's rally in anticipation of a possible race war. Law enforcement agencies have added patrol officers in and out of the Capitol, and the governor has issued a temporary ban on weapons, meaning those pro-gun advocates won't be allowed to legally carry.
It's ironic that this is about gun rights, and the governor is trying to take away our ability to carry guns. How ironic is that?
Gun rights groups legally challenged the governor's executive order, claiming it violated their Second Amendment rights. But today, the state Supreme Court shot that challenge down.
Monday's rally comes in response to 3 new gun control bills, which recently passed in Virginia. And looming over all of these tensions, the shadow of what happened in 2017 in Charlottesville when a counter-protester was killed at a neo-Nazi rally. Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
Health officials continue to remind people to get the flu shot, even though it looks like this flu season might be slowing down. The CDC says flu activity across the U.S. dropped for the 2nd week in a row, but 7 more children died because of flu complications. And here in Indiana, the state health department says 9 adults died after contracting the virus. We spoke to a physician assistant who says precautions like hand washing are important before any signs of the flu appear.
You're actually, unfortunately, contagious 24 hours before symptom onset, up to 72 hours after symptoms begin, which is why it's so contagious, because you can spread the virus and not even have symptoms.
One of the best ways to stop the spread of the flu is to stay home if you know you are sick.
Tonight during halftime at the Pacers game, a woman walked out onto the court less than 7 months after doctors told her she might not ever be able to walk again.
In May of 2019, Renee Isaac was diagnosed with a precancerous tumor on her brain. In July, her neurosurgeon at Ascension St. Vincent removed almost all of it, but warned Renee that she might never be able to move the left side of her body. But Renee did not like that prognosis. She pushed herself through rehab, and by August, she was walking on her own.
When you learn you have a brain tumor, it's quite amazing what goes through your head. You don't know if things are ever going to be back to normal or how long it's going to last. I mean, everything is so dependent on the situation and the circumstance. It's just having the trust in the people that you can helps you make it through.
When she woke up and was having trouble, as expected, to believe in us when we told her it's all going to get better. But most importantly, the strength of will she had from day one when she woke up to say, I'm going to get all of this back and do that. It's just been amazing.
Tonight, the Pacers presented Renee with a number 3 jersey representing the first day she was able to walk again. Since her recovery, she's back at work coaching basketball at Columbus North High School and studying for her MBA.
Love seeing her overcome the odds there. Still ahead tonight, another look at your forecast, plus the tools and supplies you should get together right now to help you handle emergency situations on the road.
It's not quite March, but there is tournament basketball tonight. Later in sports, we've got some of the area's best teams in action, part of our Hoosier Hoop Hysteria.
Thousands of dollars disappear from a man's bank account.
He wasn't getting answers, so he turned to RTV6's Stephanie Wade.
from surgery in Claremont, Indiana. Mark Godby was puzzled when an alert came through his phone notifying him of his successful withdrawal of $5,000 from his personal savings account. Attached to the Chase Bank mobile app notification was a copy of the withdrawal slip.
The signature is illegible. My name is printed very clearly across the top of the withdrawal slip.
That's not your handwriting.
Of course not.
He says he never withdrew the money, called Chase, who told him someone took the money out under his name.
No information has been shared to me about how these monies were walked out of the bank.
But after we reached out to Chase, they tell us it was an isolated human error and are crediting the customer's account back. They regret this happened and are working to make it right.
Promotion for just $259 a month.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Kevin's here now with your Storm Team 6 forecast, and we are monitoring that wintry weather that we were talking about leading up to tonight.
A lot of ice out there.
Right now, if you go out, your car's probably got ice on it. You have to scrape it off. In the morning, the game plan is that should have been melted as temperatures come above freezing. So I think probably the more dangerous times on roadways with this ice forming on your car and bridges especially will be in the next several hours as we wake up and start the weekend just turning wet with temperatures into the 40s eventually mid-morning tomorrow. Again, watch the bridges. That's where the air gets underneath the roadway, so it allows it to freeze a lot easier. Temperatures will slowly climb overnight. Additional freezing rain, just a few hundredths, certainly under a tenth of an inch. As you can see, the radar moving back into the metro area, a little wintry mix that extends to the southwest. Some light snow coating the ground in Lafayette this evening. Temperature 32 in Lafayette. They've come up a degree. 34 in Bloomington, 33 in Terre Haute, and in the 40s to the south along Evansville. This warmer air will lift north and east and eventually push the coldest air out of the state. 1 o'clock in the morning, there's our wintry mix with some light freezing rain. By 4, switching over to all rain, and you see the pink being forced out of the state as the warmer air arrives. We're left with rain in the morning. Should be widespread rain, half an inch to an inch, so fairly significant rain as well. That is the high temperature early in the day, about midday. Look what happens once temperatures start to fall. Second half of the weekend, only 19. Tomorrow, raw in the afternoon with 30-mile-per-hour winds gusting to almost 40. There's your widespread rain at 7 a.m. Put this in motion. By 10, that little slug of heavier rain pushing into southeast Indiana. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, most of the showers in the eastern portion of the state. The colder, drier air will start pouring in at that point. We'll see some snow showers on the backside of this. Temperatures at 1 o'clock, 48. I just let this roll out. By the time we get to 7 p.m., 21 degrees. And then tomorrow morning or Sunday morning, some single-digit lows and about 12 in the metro area. Sunday, cold from start to finish, but it will be dry. It will be windy as well. Wind chill temperatures at around 0 or a little below through the day on Sunday. One of the coldest days we've had so far. Here's your 7-day planner. Look what happens after tomorrow morning's rain. Cold air flows in. We're dry Sunday through Thursday of next week. Gradual warming trend after those 3 very cold mornings through Tuesday.
From RTV6 Sports, this is Hoosier Hoop Hysteria.
All right, Kevin, Mark and Amanda, thanks. Here we go. One of the state's unbeaten teams starts us off tonight. Bloomington South going down to Columbus East. Fast start for the Panthers. Full court pressure, and Noah Jagger with the steal. And the score, a 23-point opening quarter for the Panthers. On the run in the third, Jonathan Collins. The no-look pass to Anthony Leal for the and one. Look at this thing again. Here's your highlight of the night. Over the shoulder, good 2, 67-53. Bloomington South 14-0, the first boys team in the state to reach that mark this season. And good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here tonight, right in the middle of January. It may be the toughest week anywhere in Hoosier high school hoops, the Marion County Boys Basketball Tournament. Not just the challenge of winning 4 games in 5 nights, but the likelihood of facing 1 or more top 10 teams and or state title contenders along the way. We started off with the number number 1 team in the state, Lawrence North, the unbeaten Wildcats, taking on Ben Davis. LN built an early 10-point lead. Shamar Avance, the drive, the contact, layup in the end one. He had 10 points in the game. Giants trying to stay in it. Jackson Gowdy in the lane. Nice hook shot finish. He had 16. Robert Fry led Ben Davis with 22 points. But the Wildcats are number 1 for a reason. Several reasons, actually. Tony Perkins on the drive. Leans in, scores. He had 16. The big man had 16 as well. 6'7" DJ Hughes gets behind the D for the slam. Nice assist from Avance. That lead stretched out past a couple of dozen. Donathan McCauley for 3 here, and LN's great season continues 73-60 as they go back to the county tourney finals.
They're having fun. They're really having fun. Tony's a great leader. DJ's got energy, and Shamar is just hard to guard. And so we got 3 guys out there doing their job, and the other guys are fitting in around them, and it makes a good team.
What's the message at the start of the week about trying to get through these nights?
Go home and go to bed and sleep and eat well.
We'll see if they do. Here's the trophy they'll play for tomorrow night. Let's get a look at game 2 tonight. 3rd-ranked Lawrence Central taking on Pike. Great action early. Pike in the post. Nora Gordon up and in for the bucket. Got an early lead. Devils get one on the defense. Tip it away. J.J. Loudon, the loose ball and the easy score. But the Bears could play at a very high level, particularly with all their guys in the lineup now. Nigel Pack coming back from an injury, pulls up for the 3. Dre Davis getting back in it as well on the hop. 3 more. That duo led the scoring tonight, and LC moves on to the finals. 70-55, a huge game at Southport. LC and LN. That one is tomorrow night at 7. Semifinals in Johnson County tonight as well. Greenwood Christian's boys are making quite a run. The Cougars went to the regional finals last year in a perfect 11-0 record to start this season. GC and Greenwood open the Johnson semis tonight. Greenwood Christian, white uniforms. Cougars, Chant McCorkle 3 in the first half. Just 13-12 at halftime. Points were hard to come by. Then on the no call, Rashid Elamican for the Woodman gets the and 1. 2 in the foul there. Game went back and forth in the second half. Derek Peterson pops out. 3. Cougars back in the league. Greenwood would go back up by 1. Spencer Aaron the up and under with the lay-in, but down the stretch, Greenwood Christian going to get it done. Noah Harris with the late lay-in, a 3-point victory when it's all over. Greenwood Christian's first trip to the Johnson County Finals.
It's just typically not our style of play, but Greenwood does a really good job. Each possession was valued, so definitely hats off to them. And those moments is fun, and that's exactly what I tell our guys, man. I would give anything to go back and play in these type of games where it's tight, the fans are into it. It's an awesome atmosphere here.
Fun stuff there. Get a look at game 2. Here's Center Grove. The Trojans taking on Indian Creek in the nightcap. IC in the red unis. Colby Marker from way out. 23-footer good for the triple. They had an early lead. Trojans keeping in it with some defense, though. Landon Hacker the steal. He'll take it all the way down and lay it in. Nice finish there. Indian Creek back at the other end, getting another nice finish. Marker the assist. Mason Britt this time for the deuce. Center Grove would eventually pull away, though. Hacker for 3 more. Part of an 11-point win. Center Grove and Greenwood Christian in Saturday's title game. That's down at Franklin Community High School. Delaware County semis tonight, too. Wapahani moves on. 53-40 over Cowan. They'll face the host, Delta. The Eagles beat Yorktown 67-39. That title game also set for tomorrow night. A title game tonight on the girls' side. Championship of the Girls City Tournament. Heritage Christian facing Cathedral. 5 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game after this shot. Courtney Fields for the Fighting Irish. They came back from 11 down. HCS able to stay in front, though. Tyranny Brown misses. Courtney Lee cleans it up and finishes. Heritage hit their free throws down the stretch, and the Eagles do it again. How about 15 straight city tourney titles? By the way, the girls' state tournament draw is next Sunday. The Pacers open the second half of the regular season tonight at home, just 48 hours after they beat the Timberwolves up north. They did it again here tonight in Indy. Pacers built an early lead, but the Wolves tied it up in the middle of the third quarter. TJ Warren, another outstanding night. He was 11 of 18 shooting, 28 points a game high. This jumper put the Pacers up by 4. A good run to start the fourth quarter for the blue and gold. Aaron Holiday on the dribble, drives the lane and scores. He had 13 off the bench. Doug McDermott Kermit had that same total, 13 as well. Drives down the middle for 2 of those. Pacers went up 11. That lead disappeared, though. In 20 seconds to go, the game was tied. Malcolm Brogdon gets his number called. Look at the nice floater on the run, and that would eventually be the game winner. Pacers 116-114, 4 in a row as they hit a 5-game Western road trip starting on Sunday. Take another break. Back for more of the news at 11 next.
Donate to Goodwill.
The winter storm slamming parts of the country and some of the icy weather we're seeing tonight is a good reminder to make sure you are prepared with the tools and supplies you might need in an emergency.
Yeah, RTV6's Cameron Riddle is working for you tonight with a checklist of what you might want to put in your car before you're faced with winter weather on the road.
Good evening. The snow is now here, and it is still not too late, though, to think about what you should have in your car, what's not in your car, and what we need to correct before you have a problem on the road. We're inside of my garage right now, and we wanted to set up some things for you so you know what you should have in the event of an emergency or just while you're driving in winter weather, period. One of the favorites right here is de-icer for your windshield. It usually comes in purple or it's in blue. This is great for keeping the ice off of your windshield while they are going, and especially while it's coming down. The regular stuff just freezes. One of the obvious ones is the snow brush and the scraper that you are definitely going to need tomorrow morning when you go out to your car to get inside and go to work or to school. Jumper cables are obviously a must. They are very helpful when there is another car there. When there is no car there, not so helpful. But not to worry, you can go and buy yourself a rechargeable battery. It works just the same. You plug it up, you charge it at home, your battery is refreshed in just moments. Well, this is an organizer that I got at Walmart. You can find it at the big box stores on Amazon. It's in my car year-round. And inside of it is some more of that windshield wiper fluid. Can never have too much of that. Your antifreeze and coolant. That's not only what keeps your car from overheating. It can overheat in the winter, but it also will keep your heat going. And so I've got 2 jugs of that. A gas can. If you run out of gas, you're going to need something to get that gas back to your car. All of these things fit right on inside. If your tire blows out, make sure that you have your spare inside of your car. In my car, it's under here in the trunk. Check. Don't assume that it's there. Check and make sure it's there. Make sure that it's inflated. And if you can, put the jack in there. Put the tools that you are going to need to put it in the car. And then finally, if you have the room, put a shovel in the car. If you ever get stuck, you're going to need a shovel to get yourself out, and kitty litter, salt or sand will be great to put around your tires and back out of the ditch that you may be stuck in. We have all of these tips online on the IndyChannel.com and on the RTV6 app, getting you prepared to drive in the snow that Mother Nature dropped on us today and yesterday. Working for you, I'm Cameron Little, RTV6.
Service. RTV6 is working for you.
After a heartbreaking crime, the Fishers Police Department is getting a new canine in a couple of weeks.
The department shared a video of Officer Jason Koopman talking about the announcement. Koopman's canine partner Harley was killed while on duty last year. He says the new canine will be introduced at the end of the month, and then the dog will go through a 9-week training program.
If you're driving anywhere in the next few hours, beware, especially those bridges. We have a little period of light freezing rain, but it will change to rain. Rain is the first part of Saturday, and then much colder temperatures. It really plummets in the afternoon. We'll be in the 20s by tomorrow evening.
Be careful if you have to be out there this evening.
Drive safely and keep an eye on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com for weather updates.
Have a good evening, everyone.